So yeah, we have completed 1 to 50 for NISM 13. This is a part 2 where we are going to cover 51 to 100, and the part 3 where we are going to cover 101 to 150. Okay, so yeah, I'm Dhaval Visariya, MP registered mutual fund distributor. If you have any queries regarding mutual funds and financial instruments or tax planning or anything, free feel to contact me. So yeah, we are going to cover 51 to 100 MCQs. Loss on the derivative transaction, which are carried out in a recognized stock exchange, can be carried forward for a period of 8 assessment years. 8 साल तक अपन को लॉस का सब कुछ मिलता है, कवर करने का मौका मिलता है, if you are filing the income tax return only then. Okay, the contract value is dash when a purchase of 99.99 into 10 into 2000, the answer will be 1980,000. Okay, what is the contract size of a treasury bills? The contract the face value, it always check, it would be multiple of 2 lakh only, 2, 6, 8, 10. Okay, which of the following best explains the rule related to trading through a pro account by a trading member? The trading member is required to seek permission from the exchange to place pro account orders where more than one location. The currency future price of USD, is it a premium of INR if the USD INR spot is 75 and the trader thinks that on expiry 1 month USD INR futures, the spot may remain at 75. Assuming everything else remains the same, what currency future trade strategy would be profitable to him if the views come correct? Sell USD INR. Fill in the blank. Mark-to-market money is the collected daily by the future clearing corporation from the clearing member who incur losses on the future position. If dash quoted at 1.07 slash 1.0725 and USD INR dash and the cross in bit rate, you can check the explanation. It is lengthy, but it's logical. Okay, 87.35. In dash, the strike price and the market price are equal at the money option. Both are equal, and if on the expiry after 3 it would be 0 also. Okay, the theta represents the rate of change in the option premium for a unit change is time to expiry. Which of the following instrument is regulated and traded under the provision of the security contracts, debentures? Let's try to predict the future movement in the currency rate and the take positions in derivative contracts on speculation. A professional clearing member is a member of the which of the following? The clearing corporation. Which of the following is true with respect to forward contracts? May or may not result in delivery. The writer of a put option is defined as a person who is obligated to purchase the underlying asset. Or traders hold dash 1 month future at rupees 85.10. The interest rate gap up between US and the India was approximately 10% annum, and the Indian rates being higher than the US rates. What was the USD and spot rate at the time of selling futures? It would be 84.39. A person resident in India is permitted to take long or short position without need to demonstrate underlying exposure up to an overall limit of dash equivalent across all INR based currency pairs aggregated across all exchanges USD 100 million. In financial analysis, the internal rate of return is equivalent to which measure? Yield to maturity. Which of the following statement is correct regarding yield to maturity? Both of the above. A trader with limited capital had a bullish outlook on a stock. The stock price rose significantly, validating his view. Which of the following position would have generated the highest return on his invested capital? Taking a long position in a stock future. A puttable bond can be redeemed before maturity at the option of the investor. The current spot is 75. What would be the moneyness of a long USD call option with a strike price of 75 at the money? As an option moves more in the money, the absolute value of delta will increase. The shift in the term structure of interest rate means a change in interest rate over a period of time. Okay. In the primary market, government securities are issued through which type of auction? Conducted by the RBI, both yield and price based auction. An equity mutual fund may hedge its equity market exposed by selling stock index future. hedge करते हैं जब भी मार्केट गिरता है तब. How is the closing price for the cash settled GOI bonds future contracts determined by the trading member? It's based on the weighted average of all transaction price for that contract in the last half hour of the trading day calculated across all the exchanges. The 1 year interest rate in US is 4 and 7. If current USD INR quoted 83.1, which of the following would be the closest to the 1 year future rate of USD INR 85.409? Which of the following refers to the amount that a client must deposit when entering into a contract initial margin? How are the future bond prices calculated? Cash price plus financing cost minus income on cash position. An exchange may launch future and option contracts on an index only if a minimum of dash of the stock forming that index are eligible for derivative trading on an individual basis. 80%. The inspection of the records of stockbroker as provided under the SEBI Regulation 1992 is primarily carried out to verify that the books of accounts and other accounts are maintained as prescribed. When would a trader make a profit of a short position of September future? He squared off his short position by buying the September future at lower price. An adjustment in the option strike price is required only when the dividend declares exit dash to the market value of the underlying share 2%. An Indian company has both import and export in GBP of equal amounts. However, the export realization comes a week after the payment are made for imports. Which type of currency risk is the company facing? Risk of INR appreciation. What does beta of 1 mean? It means that the expected percentage in the stock price will be equal to the percentage change in index. बीटा क्या है? जितना चेंज आएगा स्टॉक में उतना प्रीमियम में आएगा. What type of risk do clients when facing the trading in exchange traded equity futures? Risk of unfavorable price movement leading to higher M to M margin payments. A government company has imported machinery from US. The payment of the same is made after the 3 months. To hedge his risk, the company buys a USD and a call option of the price 75 and a pays of premium 1.6. On the maturity of the contract, the premium price was declared at 77. It's more than okay. Hmm. How much net profit of USD? So basically 77 minus 10 और जो भी आंसर आएगा उसमें से 1.6 माइनस कर दो 0.5 आएगा नेट प्रॉफिट. Abhishek purchased 10 lots of 1 month Euro INR futures at a price quoted as dash. After 1 week, he closed out 5 positions. So it means परचेस. तो बाई कब आएगा? बाई 100.90 में करने का 10 लॉट्स और सेल करने का इसमें से जो भी difference आएगा वो आंसर आएगा 7750 is the answer. The bid and ask price of USD INR is dashed respectively with sufficient liquidity available at both prices. At what price can a trader buy the call option? 0.44. Identify the option which has intrinsic value. Hmm, A put option with a strike price of 170 when the underlying stock price has rupees 125. तो उसमें put option 170 में 170 minus 125, the answer will be the difference will be an intrinsic value. So yeah, option is this. An international trading company has export revenue in USD and it use part of it to make imports payment in USD. The balance is converted to INR. The company is concerned about USD INR risk. Which of the following best describes company risk and the currency future strategy that it may use to migrate the risk? USD depreciating against INR, short USD INR. Which of the following order type requires the trader to specify a triggered price stop loss order? Which of the following settlement mechanism is used by exchange for treasury bill futures cash settlement? A trading cum clearing member buys 10 lots of GBP INR 1 month future on day 1 and also sells 4 lots of this contract on that day in his proprietary account. What should be his position at the end of day in GBP? 6,000. What is the minimum age requirement for the designation part of obtain a membership as trading member? 21. मैं बहुत बार ये पूछा है, ठीक है, मेरे को भी एग्जाम में आएगा. Each of the following statement correctly explain the guidelines applicable to the broker regarding the execution of the client order. Notify the client promptly whether the order has been executed or not. For what purpose are banks allowed to participate in exchange traded interest rate derivatives, hedging and trading for their own account? If a person who is employed with a broking company gives trading advice on dash on TV, what best describes the steps that broking house need to take to ensure its employee complies with guidelines? The person has to need disclose the proprietary interest of broking house in USD currency future contract. Dash had first recommended introduction of exchange traded currency which are in India. Committee on Fuller Capital Account Convertibility identified the option that is not an advantage of algorithmic trading. Demands very little investment in resource and infrastructure. So yeah, we have completed second part. So yeah, we will move to the next part. Okay. So yeah, coming soon, part 3. Bye.